There is a Pokemon game created over 10 years ago, so difficult that not a single person has been able to conquer it in a hardcore Nuzlocke format. Pokemmo has completely changed the game, buffing every single trainer, harsh level caps that prevent you from key evolutions before gym battles, 2 custom boss fights that pretty much force you to sacrifice Pokemon, and has even been called un-Nuzlockable. This is exactly the kind of hardcore challenge I'm looking for. I'm going to keep the intro short and sweet, and I'm going to explain all the rules and everything important you need to know along the way as they occur. We begin the game in Professor Elm's lab, where I pick up my starter, who I name Apple. All gift Pokemon in this game are guaranteed to be exactly average, with 15 in every IV and a neutral nature. As we make our way through the game's tutorial, here are the Hardcore Nuzlocke rules that I play with. And if you want a more detailed explanation, that can be found in the description below. But in short, no using items in battle. If a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and must be boxed for the remainder of the challenge. No overleveling the gym leader's ace. And you cannot catch the same Pokemon species twice. This prevents me from playing risky with Pokemon like Gyarados, where I can easily just catch another one if it were to die. While returning to Elm's lab, we run into our rival Silver, who we're able to easily defeat thanks to a few levels I grabbed on Wild Caterpie nearby. After getting accused of stealing a Pokemon, the game's tutorial is over and Lyra hands us some Pokeballs. Our first encounter is a Rattata on Route 29. Plum here gets the Guts ability, and this purple rat actually goes on to impress me quite a bit. But more on that later. We also grab a Geodude on Route 46 who I name Gord, and a Hoot on Route 30 who I name Kiwi. There are a few more encounters we can grab, but since I'm going in blind, and because I'm scared, I decide to train the entire team way too much, and Rattata even reaches level 12. Now, a big reason that a challenge like this takes an insane amount of time is that the game does not have speed up. Unlike, well, every other emulated Pokemon game, this game is played online with other people, so you have to play it in real time. This is especially noticeable when doing the unhealthy amounts of grinding on wild Pokemon. And to be clear, this challenge took well over 100 hours, and a large portion of that was spent leveling up my Pokemon. After my tedious grinding session, we're able to steamroll the beginning trainers and are rewarded with some new encounters. A Caterpie named Peach on Route 31, a Zubat in Dark Cave named Lime, a Ghastly in Sprout Tower named Jujube, and an Ekans on Route 32 named Artichoke. With all of these encounters collected, there's only one thing standing between us and the first gym badge, and that's the boss of Sprout Tower. Elder Lee is no joke, boasting a level 10 Hoot that threatens to set up massive damage with Echoed Voice if left unchecked. He leads Bellsprout, which Apple quickly takes out with a lucky critical hit Ember. Then comes Hoot, and after seeing it heal up with its Orange Berry, I was forced to risk a crit here, but luckily Apple holds and finishes off Hoot with one final Ember. Last is a second Bellsprout, who Lime easily takes care of thanks to its quad resistance to grass-type moves. We're rewarded with a very nice evolution at level 14, where Apple evolves into Quilava. Being the only starter that evolves for Falconer's level cap should make his gym much more manageable. But as nice as it would be to go take on Falconer right now, every good Nuzlocker makes sure to level all of their Pokemon to the level cap, in which case here is 14. You'll go on to notice this more in the second gym, but the level caps can be very annoying as they leave you just one level short of some amazing evolutions. For example, both Mareep and Sentret evolve at 15, but we don't have either of them, so it's not really an issue for me. Going into the first gym, here's a quick look at the team, and I'm feeling pretty good. I lead Butterfree and Falconer leads Pidgeotto? Yeah, for some reason, every trainer in the game, including gym leaders, will lead one of their Pokemon at random, which makes planning for fights so much more difficult than it needs to be. Regardless, I immediately swap Peach out for Gord and get off a rock throw before swapping into Apple to take down the bird. It's just Pidgey left, and our girl is able to take it down with just a couple of embers. Now you might be thinking, wow, Badge 1 seems really easy. I'm gonna write a YouTube comment complaining about how easy this game is. I bet anyone can Nuzlocke this game. Okay, let me stop you right there. Even in most ROM hacks, the first gym is designed to ease you into the game. And if I were to draw a graph of how difficult the gym leaders in this game actually are, it would look a little something like this. Yes, Bugsy is the second hardest gym leader in the entire game, and you'll find out why very, very soon. Just after taking down the gym, you're rewarded with a Togepi egg from the assistant in the Pokemart, and Pokemmo has, well, a different approach to hatching eggs. Once you obtain an egg, a hidden timer starts counting down, and for this Togepi egg, it's right around 20 minutes. When that timer reaches 0, the egg hatches, meaning you don't actually need to take a single step to hatch it. This also means I could accidentally hatch my encounter on a route that I already caught a Pokemon on, making it invalid. So to avoid any risks or accidents, I AFK in Violet City for about 20 minutes until our egg hatches. My personal Nuzlocke rules are that the Met location on the summary screen determines the encounter spot. So since the egg was hatched in Violet City, this counts as my Violet City encounter, which also means my starter was my new Barktown encounter. There are tons of different rule sets I've seen people use, such as gift Pokemon count as additional encounters, but I enjoy playing this way much more, and this game is already quite generous with your encounters, so this is the best fit for my run. Okay, enough rule talk. You see our adorable Togepi here? Well, it's going straight to PC jail. Not forever, but seeing as she has the hustle ability, I don't plan on using her for now. There's a plethora of trainers south of Violet City, which serve as great training for our team. But just before getting my Union Cave encounter, I did a little bit of research on this game and found something incredible. Normally, because I have Zubat and Geodude, the only other encounters here would be Onix or Sandshrew. But there's a new item that Pokemmo added to the game called the Lure. This item gives you a 5% chance to encounter the Lure exclusive Pokemon, and in this case, it's a Tyrogue, which seems absolutely insane. And as fate would have it, on my very first encounter, we actually find one. Now, this Tyrogue is completely useless right now, as Bugsy's level cap is 19 and Tyrogue doesn't evolve until 20. Again, this level cap is absolutely brutal, and the main reason I believe Bugsy is such a difficult fight. You just barely miss out on some key evolutions that would absolutely save you in this fight, such as Noctowl, Raticate, and Fearow. There is not a single Pokemon you can get at this point in the game that matches up to her insane 500 base stat total Pokemon Scyther. Not to mention her Beedrill and Butterfree with great coverage moves. But I can't be thinking about that just yet. In Azalea Town, we learn there's trouble in Slowpoke Well, and we're tasked with taking on a series of Rocket Grunts. While not particularly difficult, the same cannot be said about the boss down here, Proton. But before taking him on, I make sure to grab my guaranteed Slowpoke encounter here. With Proton's team at such high levels, I need to do a ton of grinding. Proton leads Coughing and I lead Kiwi. Then Headbutt gets a nice flinch, but isn't doing all that much damage despite being super effective. After taking a Shockwave, I definitely need to switch out. Gord comes in, and luckily this Coughing does not have Levitate, so it falls to a single Bulldoze. Zubat's up next, so I swap into Apple. Proton swaps into Grimer, and the rest of the fight is free from there. With Kurt saved, I quickly speed through the gym trainers and once again train my team to the level cap of 19. Alright, so let's quickly run through the game plan for Bugsy. My Butterfree outspeeds both Beedrill and her Butterfree. Ideally, I click Sleep Powder turn 1 and then swap into Geodude and set up rocks. That way, whenever Scyther comes in, it will immediately be put to half health. The only possible way this goes wrong is if Bugsy leads Scyther. Oh. Well, I did of course have a backup plan if that happened, but it is a little risky. I swap into Gord on the resisted wing attack and ask him to dodge a Steel Wing crit before setting up rocks. I then go into Apple for an Ember, which doesn't even do half. I run a few calcs and I see it. There's an out, but it's risky. Normally in a Nuzlocke, the best play is to take zero risk and play it as safe as possible, even if that means sacrificing a Pokemon that could be saved by getting a little lucky. My play here is to go into Ekans for the Intimidate and click Glare to get off the paralysis. Ekans barely survives and gets off the glare, but now I'm in range of pursuit. The only way Ekans lives here is if Scyther gets fully paralyzed, but it hits through and Ekans goes down, marking the first death of the run. An important skill to have as a Nuzlocker is risk management. Was there a chance that Ekans dies here? Yes, but more importantly, how bad is it if I lose Ekans? For comparison, I would never make this same play with a Pokemon like Gyarados. I would always sacrifice one of my weaker Pokemon for a clean switch because I'm not willing to risk my good Pokemon even if the odds are in my favor. You get so many encounters in a Nuzlocke, and it's important to sacrifice your bad Pokemon to keep your good Pokemon alive. After all, you can only bring 6 of them to the Elite Four. From there, I guess Bugsy feels a little bit bad for killing one of my Pokemon because she just ends up switching around a bunch and letting Stealth Rocks do most of the work, earning us the second gym badge. With Bugsy taken down, it's back to training, and this time with a very, very long session. And that begins with our boy Mango. Mango has an attack boosting nature, so when he hits level 20, he will evolve into the monster that is Hitmonlee. And after about 2 hours, he does. I then begin training the rest of the team as the upcoming trainers seem quite difficult, not to mention Whitney herself and her Miltank. Also note that during all of this, I make sure to keep Togepi and Zubat in the party as I want their friendship to be very high so that they'll evolve during the split. At level 20, Rattata evolves into Raticate, and Hoot Hoot evolves into Noctowl. I then head back to Cherry Grove City and fish up a Magikarp who I named Gooseberry. On Route 34 lies the Pokemon Daycare, and inside there's an NPC that you can buy some crazy items from, notably the incenses and ability capsules, the latter of which allows you to change the ability of a single Pokemon. You'll also notice that I've chosen to delay quite a few encounters such as Ilex Forest, Route 34, Azalea Town, and a few others for Headbutt. The Pokeathlon Dome encounter table has only Mankey in its Headbutt trees, so I want to get that encounter first to maximize our chance at getting the better encounters like Heracross and Pineco. We finally arrive at Goldenrod City where we'll eventually pick up the gift Eevee, but right now we have more important matters to attend to. Before that though, I make sure to evolve our little Magikarp into the also powerful Gyarados and our Golbat into Crobat, two extremely powerful Pokemon especially at this point of the game. Also, just after these evolutions, we cross the 30 hours of playtime mark, showing that grinding really does take forever without speed up. Anyways, it's time for everyone's favorite game, Voltorb Flip. Yes, I really played Voltorb Flip for 2 hours, only to realize that you can actually just purchase coins from these guys. This is not in the vanilla game, so I didn't even think to check this. But the series of unfortunate events doesn't stop there. I head inside Whitney's gym to start taking care of the trainers, and for some reason this Sentret just knows Water Pulse. Thank goodness it didn't crit, but if it did, I would have just straight up lost Geodude here. Also, this is a good time to talk about my personal rule for trade evolutions. While it's totally fine to just get your trade evolutions immediately, I feel this would be too powerful, and considering I already have Gyarados and Crobat, I'm not too worried about the upcoming gyms. Since trade evos are technically a third stage evolution, I'm just going to evolve them at 36 when my starter does. Again, this is just my own personal rule and what makes the most sense to me, so feel free to leave your own riveting comment about why you disagree. Whitney's level cap is 25, which means I do at least get Graveler, but as you'll soon see, it isn't even used in the fight because I'm very excited to try a new strategy, Guts Raticate. Unfortunately, you don't have access to the Facade team until the final gym in this game, but Guts Hyperfang is still strong enough to kill all of Whitney's Pokemon aside from her Miltank. Oh, and I also made sure to pick up the Silk Scarf from the game corner using the coins I earned from Voltorb Flip, and I also make sure to pre-poison Raticate with Poison Sting on Wild Ekans. With my strategy complete, it's time to challenge Whitney, and of course she leads the one Pokemon that I can't one-shot. I then do this really cool strategy called Pivot into Gyarados and Sweep, because for some reason it learns Waterfall at 21? Like, that's just insane. Huge shout out to Gooseberry for giving us an otherwise difficult Whitney sweep. And with her done, it's time to cash in on a ton of headbutt encounters. I start by picking up a Natu in the Pokeathlon Dome. Then I make my way to Route 34 where I pick up a Venonat, a Mankey in Ilex Forest, a Pineco on Route 35, a Murkrow in Azalea Town, and a Pidgey on Route 33, the most notable of these encounters being Dury in the Pineco. Regardless, here's a quick look at the pack, but unfortunately, most of them will remain here in the box. I then begin training the team as usual with our new level cap being 29. Unfortunately, I did spend a long time training Pineco only to realize he doesn't evolve until 31, so he won't be coming to the next gym fight. During my training, Togepi evolves into Togetic. I really want to use Togekiss, and then I remember that for $35,000, we can actually purchase the ability pill from the daycare. So I make sure to rematch trainers, sell items, and do just about anything I can to get my hands on that 35k, and a few hours later, I'm able to do it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why exactly are you going through all of this trouble right now? Sure, Togetic is a normal type, and that's okay for the gym, but you already have a Raticate and a Noctowl. And while you wouldn't be wrong to say that, there's actually a way that I can get Togekiss right now. Most people probably wouldn't take the time to do this, but if you're insane like me, you can purchase lures from the Pokemart, run around in the grass to find the 5% Togepi, and hope that it just so happens to be holding a shiny stone. But surely, I wouldn't be crazy enough to do that, right? Unfortunately, I had my microphone and game audio muted while looking for this, since most of this game was played in a Discord call with my friend, but here's my recreation of the reaction that sums it up pretty well. Oh my gosh, I'm so broke, but at least I have a Togekiss. I then collect a few encounters on the way to Ecutreak City, being a Kakuna in National Park, a Vulpix on Route 36, and a Growlithe on Route 37. Also, before the gym, I kind of forgot about this place called Burn Tower. There's a rival fight, but my team is just so overstated for this point of the game that his team just doesn't match up to anything I have, so it's a clean victory for me. Also, we do have a guaranteed coffee encounter here, but I can't be bothered to try and encounter it right now, so I'll come back for it if we need it. We make quick work of the gym trainers thanks to Raticate and Gyarados, but before Morty, Once again, I need to train my entire team to the level cap. Okay, with the team trained up, I want to try my Guts Eradicate strategy again, and this time, it goes perfectly. Morty leads Gengar, and I outspeed and kill it with Guts Boosted Crunch. Next up is Haunter, and despite having a Dark Resist Berry, my absolute goat here, Plum, just kills through it. Guts is just way too good of an ability. Last is Mischievous, and it as well falls to a single Guts Boosted Crunch. This was by far the easiest gym, but there's something looming over this run. Something I've heard about that will easily wipe your entire team if you aren't careful. I am absolutely dreading the Gyarados boss fight. The Lake of Rage Gyarados is the first custom boss fight added to this game, and it is absolutely brutal. But for now, I need to keep progressing as I've still got 2 more badges to earn before this insane fight. Before challenging the more difficult trainers, I make sure to evolve Pineco into Fortress. I am super excited to use this Pokemon as I've never actually used one before. On Route 38, I noticed you can get a guaranteed Magnemite from Horde encounters, but I didn't realize just how risky this was. I need to swap into Graveler, and I decided to bulldoze to get rid of some of the Magnemite, killing the ones with Magnet Pool and keeping the ones with Sturdy alive. Now, these Magnemite know Sonic Boom, so if I get unlucky, we can actually lose Graveler here. But thankfully, Gord holds on just 11 HP. From there, I'm able to swap into Durian, KO 2 of the Magnemite, and catch one for myself, but I need to be much more careful going forward. After all, one wrong move and the Nuzlocke could be over right then and there. After training Togetic to the level cap, I finally used my Shiny Stone to evolve it because it learns extra sensory at level 34. I then decide to take my Route 42 encounter because there's a chance I get Heracross, but unfortunately we pull a Spearow. I then arrive in Olivine City, which is the home of the Steel-type gym leader Jasmine, but she isn't in her gym right now. After taking a look at the Lighthouse trainers, I decide I want to level my Pokemon up just a little more before heading inside. I surf in the water here and pick up a very solid Tentacool named Onion and then begin training. Magnemite evolves into Magneton at level 30, and so does Tentacool into Tentacruel. Thanks to our training, we're able to reach the peak of the lighthouse with ease, and Jasmine lets us know we can find some medicine for her sick Ampharos at Cianwood City. I skip most of the optional trainers on the way there and accidentally encounter a Krabby while rock smashing on Route 40. Once in Cianwood, all there really is to do is prepare for the gym, which we've actually done most of the work for already. But there's a cool strategy I want to try for this gym that requires up-training Kiwi the Noctowl. After the team is all level 34, I pre-burn my Noctowl, which may seem odd, but it will all come together very soon. Chuck leads Primeape and I lead Kiwi. My Noctowl has a move called Psycho Shift, which essentially takes my status condition and transfers it over to the enemy. This is also a 100% accurate move, which makes it much more reliable than moves like Will-O-Wisp. Focus Punch does a ton, even through the burn, so I task my Butterfree with taking down the ape, which she does. Machoke comes in and I'm able to easily click Sleep Powder and put him to sleep. From there, I swap Togekiss in while Machoke wakes up immediately. Luckily, Togekiss is a monster and easily chain KOs the Machoke into the Poliwrath. Finally, I swap into Gyarados and I'm able to take down Chuck's final Pokemon Hitmontop, earning us the 5th gym badge. There's no real story progression between the 5th and 6th gym as there isn't a single new trainer to fight, so the only real task is for me to train up my team 2 more levels to 36. But just when I was least expecting it, disaster strikes. I was training my Fortress on Route 36 when I accidentally encounter a horde of wild Magneton. No big deal, right? Wrong. I try to switch out, but Magnet Pool traps me, and there's no way of telling which one of these has the Magnet Pool ability, so I have to guess. Normally, even in a situation like this, I wouldn't be worried because Fortress is such a bulky Pokemon, until I see one of the Magnemite use Sonic Boom, the only thing that could possibly stop me. I try my luck, dropping one Magnemite, then another, then a third, but I can't get lucky forever. The last 2 Magnemites connect with Sonic Booms, marking the end of my favorite encounter before I even got to use it. Rest in peace, my friend. Everything else in this run is dedicated to you. Fortress was a huge part of my Jasmine plan, and here's a quick look at her team. I was planning on using it to 1v1 her Fortress as it can easily tank the explosion. Well, just use Magneton, right? Well, I need Magneton's HP to 1v1 the Skarmory, meaning this fight just got a whole lot more difficult. I trained my team up to the cap, evolving Quilava into Typhlosion and Graveler into Golem. Remember, per my own rule set, when my starter evolves, I am then allowed to trade to get my trait evolutions. But I make another massive blunder. For some reason, youngster Joey, who is the very first trainer in the game by the way, now has a Rattata at level 40 on his rematch team. I had no idea the trainers got stronger when you rematch them, but I also didn't expect my Hitmonlee to be slower than this Rattata and get O-code by a single double edge. I know my Hitmonlee isn't bulky, but a Rattata? This is devastating. Two of my best Pokemon lost to silly mistakes that could have easily been prevented. I need to focus. Any more mistakes like this and it might just cost me the entire run. My box now has no fighting types, so I head over to Mount Mortar and roll the dice and roll the Machop. This is a huge encounter. Not to mention it has the Guts ability and some really good IVs. I spend most of the day training and trade it to a friend to evolve it into Machamp. My Jasmine team is looking a lot stronger. I travel east of Mahogany Town to try my luck again at Heracross, but I end up with a mediocre Execute. Next, I head north to Route 43 and try my luck again, but just get an Apom. While I don't need a Heracross for Jasmine, it certainly would help. It deals insane damage and even has a chance to have the Guts ability, which as you have seen, is absolutely broken. I decide there's one more Pokemon that I want to train up for this fight, Growlithe. My Arcanine doesn't have the Intimidate ability, but that's okay. Arcanine has good speed, great attack, and solid bulk, which is exactly what I need him to do for the Steel-type gym. As with most stone evolutions, most of the good moves are learned before you evolve. I decide that the best play for me is to wait until 31. I will miss out on Flare Blitz, but I will at least have Flamethrower, Outrage, and Crunch, which is more than enough for this gym. I also end up training Apom because I just really like this guy. There's also some really cool stuff he can do, which I'm excited to show off to you guys later. And after learning Double Hit, Apom evolves into Ambipom at level 33, and I then use my Firestone to evolve Growlithe into Arcanine. And with that, I actually feel pretty good about Jasmine. Every single one of her Pokemon has Sturdy, so my plan is to lead Golem, set up rocks, and hopefully have my Pokemon win their 1v1s from there. Jasmine leads Fortress, which is actually really good for me. I'm able to click Stealth Rocks and Fortress tickles me with a Pin Missile. I swap in Magneton, who easily KOs with 2 Thunderbolts. Steelix comes in, so I go into Crobat on the Drill Run, and U-turn into Typhlosion on a Thunderfang. Thanks to the Charcoal item, Apple is able to click Lava Plume, killing Steelix, Magneton, and Skarmory. Unfortunately, this does mean I trained up Machamp and Arcanine for nothing, but I'm sure they'll still be useful elsewhere. Regardless, we now have 6 gym badges, but that means it's almost time for the Gyarados fight. I've never done this fight before, and most of the footage I found online is older and doesn't really explain how the fight works. The only helpful information I found is to make sure to kill the Magikarps, because if you don't, they'll evolve the following turn into Gyarados. Regardless, I know the team I'm bringing. Gyarados, Ambipom, Tentacruel, Crobat, Togekiss, and Magneton. This fight may very well end the run, so here's the footage of me doing the fight with my live reaction. I'm going to T-Bolt the left slot, Fling our King's Rock at the Gyarados, and Air Slash the Magikarp. Fling. Since we're flinging the King's Rock, the Gyarados should always flinch here. Okay, I'm wrong. I guess this guy can't be flinched. I don't like this. Now, to make sure our... Okay, Air Slash, Thunderbolt, and I want to switch you for Tenta. We cannot risk him dying. Nothing should be in range of death here. Air Slash, very good. Shiny Alpha Gyarados use Waterfall on Tenta, perfect. Perfect. That still did some damage. Thunderbolt, Para? God, that does not do a lot. Okay, Tenta's up front now. Okay, he's calling for help. I have to T-Bolt like this, I think, right? No, I think I can T-Bolt the middle. Oh, no. No, I can't. We're going to T-Bolt the Magikarp. Swap Tenta for Gyara. There's no way I'm dead in a single hit here, right? Yeah. Surely I'm not dead to Waterfall from here. Especially after the Intim. Just don't crit me. Flinch. Flinch. Oh my gosh, no. No. No! Oh, that did nothing. Okay. God, bro. This is scaring me. Way a lot. I don't like this. Okay. He has another Magikarp. We're switching you out. We're going back into Onion. Keep both the Magikarp. Waterfall. Nice. Nice! Keep both that. Cannot let those guys evolve. Nice! We have Gara back. Tenta's up front. We're going to crunch that. Probably wants to Thunder. Crobat eats a Thunder. He eats one, for sure. And we T-Bolt. Come on. Crunch. Should kill the Magikarp every time. Nice. What? Oh my gosh. I don't have Wakan. Please, Gooseberry! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're insane. You're insane to live that on one. You're so insane to live that on one. Oh my gosh. I don't like this. You're T-bolting the Alpha. Switching into Onion. Onion's probably dying. Wait, let's go all the way back. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do here. Do I ignore the Gyarados on the side? Yeah, we kill the Alpha. Switch you into Tenta. Oh, I can hit the far Gyarados? Okay. Something's probably dying here. So there's a really good chance something's dying here. Okay, Acro. Kill the Gyara? No. Hurricane? You might be dead. You might be dead, Tenta. Oh my gosh, you're insane. T-Bolt, does this kill? Insane. Oh, we're in good shape. Live that? Live that? Oh my gosh, you're insane. You're disgusting. Okay, I don't know. I don't like that that's got sent out. Okay. No! He got dragged into the whirlpool. No. Are you kidding me, bro? That Dragon Tail was so unlucky. Oh, Gyarados dying is really, really bad. Yeah, Gyarados' death was devastating here. Was it unlucky that Dragon Tail happened to switch me into Gyarados? Yes, but there's no point in complaining about it. There's nothing I can do to bring him back. On a much brighter note, we unlock quite a few things from this. For one, the EXP share, which helps a ton with training. And next is Magnezone. In PokeMMO, Magneton can evolve into Magnezone in the Rocket HQ, which is super useful. But before that, we need to take care of another boss battle, Giovanni. Or Petrol rather, as he's impersonating him. I lead Crobat and he leads Golbat, who I easily take out with a few acrobatics. Magneton easily beats Weezing, and Machamp Mach Punches the Raticate. Afterwards, I catch a Voltorb down here and make sure to level up Magneton, who evolves into the powerhouse that is Magnezone. After a quick heal, it's time for a tag battle with Lance. But his Dragonite is such a high level that the fight is pretty much free even if I did nothing. With the HQ cleared, I opt to head over towards the Safari Zone as there are a few routes there that I can grab some new encounters. But more importantly, it's another chance at Heracross. The trainers here are no joke. I almost lost Hokius to a head smash from this trainer's Nidoking, but eventually we make it to the gate where I can cache my encounters. Here are the list of encounters at the Safari Zone gate. Want to know which one I got? Well, don't take a guess because the docs are wrong. But this time I'm actually glad that they are. I pick up an insane Skarmory. Not quite the Heracross I'm looking for, but still an absolutely phenomenal Pokemon. Next, I try my luck on Route 48 and encounter an Ariados. But I accidentally run away. Yeah, not my best play, but at least it was just an Ariados. The only problem is that because I didn't catch the Ariados, that means it's not duped out, meaning I could encounter it again. I have one last route to try, and that's Route 47, and I'll just let you guys watch what happens. Hera. Yes! Okay. Huge. Huge, 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 huge. I really, really need this. I have a netball. Netball works well on Bug. Come on. You're sleeping. Please. Please, Hera. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. We're so back. So back. Please show me good nature. Adamant! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's Adamant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is Starfruit. He's the star. He's the go to my run. I don't care if the EVs are bad. We're going to check anyways. 28 attack. 28 attack, 10 speed. This is what I needed. This is what I needed. A star of the run. And he's guts! Oh my gosh. Yeah, this might be the luckiest encounter of the run, and I couldn't have asked for a better Heracross. I also make a quick stop by the Lake of Rage where I pick up a Kingdra, a really solid Pokemon. But unfortunately, it has an adamant nature, and we missed the Swift Swim ability. But it has such a useful typing that I'm sure we'll still find use for it. I also grab a Poliwag in Nicotrix City, which I'm super excited to use as a Poliwrath, and lastly an Onix in Cliff Cave, which will be super good as a Steelix. Price's level cap only jumps from 36 to 38, so we don't need to do all that much training. But I do make sure to fully level up Heracross and evolve Poliwag into Poliwhirl, and then into Poliwrath. It literally takes over an hour of thieving, but I'm finally able to steal a Metal Coat off Wild Magnemite, which evolves Onix into Steelix. With the team fully trained up, here's a quick montage of the gym trainers and Price himself. Guts Heracross is an absolute unit. With the 7th badge in hand, there's no time to waste as Team Rocket is causing even more trouble. But before challenging them, I planned and decided on a few of my Elite Four team members because I don't want to risk them dying. So I decided to train up some new Pokemon who are much more expendable. I just don't want to be throwing Heracross at random trainers and he ends up dying to a move I didn't expect. So after a few hours of training, Eevee evolves into Espeon, Krabby evolves into Kingler, and Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro. With that, it's time to head into the radio tower. The trainers are taken care of pretty easily, but at the top lies a pretty difficult boss fight. Petra wants revenge and leads Weezing as I drill Peck with Skarmory. Thanks to a lucky Heatwave miss, Skarmory is able to win the 1v1. Next up is another Weezing, who Steelix cleans up easily, followed by a Golbat where I just stay in with Steelix and KO with a Rock Slide. A weak Coughing comes in who I ask Arcanine to deal with, and he does, and even chain kills into the Raticate afterwards too. Last up is Coughing, who Magnezone can easily take out, winning us the fight. But that's just a warm up for the real deal. See this team here? This is what the document says that our rival Silver has, but as you'll soon find out, that is definitely not his team. Silver leads Sneasel, who Poliwrath easily 1v1s. Next is Golbat, who Magnezone can easily beat, but then he sends in Magnezone? The document says it's a Magnemite, no item, and has the Magnet Pull ability. Well, unfortunately, none of that is correct. I send in Arcanine, and after a Flamethrower, it lives on 1 HP because of Sturdy? Okay. Well, the document said Magnet Pull, but that's fine as long as we don't get crit. But no, it actually has a special attack boosting berry? So yeah, I'm not sure what else I could have done with the completely wrong information here, but regardless, that marks the end of Watermelon's journey. So long, my friend. Machamp takes Feraligatr and Togekiss takes Haunter, but that death hurts a lot. Luckily, the rest of the grunts are pretty easy and they're all building up to a big fight against Archer. He leads Weezing as I take the KO with a couple of Thunderbolts. Next is Houndoom, so I task Poliwrath with hitting a big Drain Punch. Golbat is easily taken care of thanks to a few extra sensories from Togekiss, and Electrode is 4th and it just can't do anything against the massive wall that is Steelix. Finally is Magmar, who Tentacruel easily takes care of with a couple of Surfs. And with Archer down, all of the hard stuff is done, right? Well, you remember that really cool Gyarados boss fight we did just a little while ago? Well, that was the first of 2 insanely hard boss fights in this game. Just after the final gym, we're going to be tasked in taking on a triple battle against Ho-Oh and the legendary dogs. This fight is so difficult that I don't think it's possible to do without sacking multiple of my Pokemon. But I've got more important things to focus on right now as we still have the final gym in front of us. As I make my way there, there's a trainer with a Wobbuffet. No big deal, right? I specifically brought Crobat for this. His job is to chip with a crunch and then U-turn out. But Crunch gets a critical hit as Wobbuffet goes for a Destiny Bond. This is devastating as U-turn will now always kill, meaning Crobat has to die here. Sometimes you need to play around your own crit. Luckily, Crobat was extremely useful throughout the run, and I wasn't planning on bringing him to the Elite Four. But each death still hurts, especially considering the bat was one of the first encounters of the entire run. Regardless, I make my way through the remaining routes, and thankfully don't lose any more Pokemon, eventually arriving in Blackthorn City, the home to the Dragon-type gym leader Claire. But more importantly, the Pokemart here sells some insane TMs, including Facade, which I immediately purchase and feed to my Raticate. Well, I mean, surely Raticate isn't that good though, right? This is the 8th gym we're talking about. Raticate, the regional rodent, is gonna actually do something here? There's no way. Well, as a matter of fact, my dear viewer, let me introduce you to the power of Guts, Silkscarf, Facade. Claire herself is a little different from the gym trainers. I easily take out her Dragonair with a Facade, but Aerodactyl stops the sweep. Steelix can easily win the 1v1, bringing in Kingdra. I get off a yawn with Slowbro before she eventually switches Kingdra out as I switch in Magnezone. With the insanely free matchup, we're able to KO the Gyarados as she brings in her second Dragonair. I'm then able to bring Raticate back in, and he's able to clean up with 2 Facades, earning us the final gym badge. I'm really happy to have made it this far, but I couldn't be more stressed. In the earlier Gyarados fight, I ended up losing the best Pokemon in my box, and now we're about to go into the much harder Ho-Oh fight. Since this is the last major fight before the Elite Four, I'm willing to bring a team of Pokemon that I'm willing to sack almost all of. The team is mostly water types, and the only Pokemon I really don't want to lose is Poliwrath. But before challenging the Phoenix, I need to train all of my Pokemon to level 48. The cap is 49, but I don't want to accidentally overlevel before the Elite Four. The team that I'm bringing is Kingler, Tentacruel, Slowbro, Golem, Poliwrath, and Kingdra. And before I know it, I'm at the peak of Bell Tower with Ho-Oh staring me down. I wish I had the live commentary of this fight, but unfortunately, I forgot to unmute my mic, so we're going to do a live voiceover instead. The turn 1 plan is to attack with all 3 of my Pokemon. Getting as much damage off against Ho-Oh before it summons in any of the legendary dogs is absolutely crucial. Ho-Oh has a special move in this game called Burning Wind, which has a guaranteed burn rate on all 3 Pokemon and switches all 3 of my Pokemon out. Kingler being up front is actually really good for me, as this is one of the Pokemon I'm most okay with losing. I decide to attack with Kingler and Kingdra while setting up a Rain Dance with Poliwrath. Thanks to the rain, Poliwrath takes almost no damage from Ho-Oh's Sacred Fire and even dodges the burn. Ho-Oh calls in Suicune, which is totally fine for me. I attack with all 3 of my Pokemon this turn and actually KO the Ho-Oh. The fight's over, right? Well, not really. Ho-Oh comes back stronger than ever, setting up the Sun and even a Fire Field effect on my side. I go for another Rain Dance, but it fails. I guess the weather can't be set up when this thing's in second form. Kingler falls to a Solar Beam, which again is totally fine. I was planning on bringing Golem in here, but after seeing how much Solar Beam did, and considering my Golem does not have the Sturdy ability, that play is off the table. I decide to send in Tentacruel. With Raikou now in, it is a 3v3. As much as I would love to switch out Poliwrath, I don't think I can afford to sacrifice the tempo. Plus, there's always a chance it doesn't get targeted. My Poliwrath has the Water Absorb ability, so just maybe with a Surf from Onion, we can actually heal it out of range. Despite the healing, Ho-Oh connects with a massive Solar Beam, marking the end of our good friend Poliwrath. It was the one Pokemon that I didn't want to die, but his sacrifice means the run gets to continue. I bring in Golem, and 2 final attacks from Tentacruel and Kingdra mark the end of Ho-Oh. The hardest fight in the game has been conquered, or at least the hardest fight so far. The Elite Four and Champion still block my path to being the first ever Pokemmo Hardcore Nuzlocke Champion. The Elite Four in this game is no joke. My level cap is 49, leveled to the final Elite Four member's ace. The general consensus on endgame level cap is that you do not level to the Champion's Ace, but instead the final Elite Four member, as you'll have time to gain XP throughout these 4 fights, and you're able to sack Pokemon on the Champion as it's the final fight of the game. Well, what Pokemon am I bringing to the Elite Four? Surely I wouldn't bring the first wild Pokemon I caught, right? Surely I wouldn't bring the regional rodent to the Elite Four, right? Right? I am. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. The team I'm bringing is Heracross, Raticate, Slowbro, Magnezone, Togekiss, and Espeon. Also, I want to point out that I spent so much money buying the X-Scissor TM, only to find out that Heracross can't learn it? This absolutely shocked me. My Bug-type move options are now just Pin Missile and Megahorn. Yeah, not the greatest choices, but I'm not going to be relying on an inaccurate move. And with an Adamant nature plus the Guts boost, even a weak move like Pin Missile can do some massive damage. As you can see, here's a quick look at the team in game and our insane playtime of 104 hours. It's finally time for the Elite Four. Luckily, this time I did remember to unmute my mic. So without further ado, this is the story of my attempt at the impossible Nuzlocke. I have my calcs pulled up. I have everything. I bought heals, 20 hyper potions. Sold all my revives because we can't revive. We got a full restore. We've got some... Do we have full heals? We have full heals. Max potion. We just need to make sure not to accidentally heal the burn off our Guts users. Here we go. Once you get through, you'll be facing one of the Elite Four. They're all really tough. You cannot exit once you enter. Are you ready? Be courageous and go for it. I'm so nervous. I read the calcs. Here we are, against Will. My lead is always Heracross. Always, always Heracross. Welcome to the Pokemon League. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Will. I've trained all around the world, making my Psychic-type Pokemon more powerful. And at last, I've been accepted into the Elite Four. I can only keep getting better. Losing is not an option. Here we go. I don't know what I want him to lead. Executor. I feel like that's super free for Hera. We just outspeed and click Pen Missile. Now, his Executor is holding a white herb, so that does not matter. Even a 2-hit Pen Missile always kills this. A 1-hit Pen Missile always kills this. And we get the level up, which is really, really good here. So nice. We are now level 50 on Hera. I think that ensures some ranges. Hold on. I didn't know you learned this. I will teach that. I will definitely teach that. Okay. Espeon is next. I don't think I outspeed this. Espeon is 127. I'm a 126. Psyshock can kill me. Citrus. Yes. Alright, Magnezone. Let's do it. We can switch back into Hera later if we need it. Psyshock is fine. Big resist here. We always T-Bolt. Signal Beam is fine. Don't confuse. Confuse would be really bad. Nice. Does this do half? Oh, just barely under. Sync is not going to work here. I assume he has 4 restores. Oh, but that's just very might have saved us. Signal Beam is fine. We kill. We're faster because of Para. Very, very nice. Espeon down. Who's next? Jinx. Is there any reason I don't stay in? Hold on, let's put in Jinx. For some reason I lost the set for this. Jinx is 47 as Ice Beam. Oh, it has Focus Blast. It has a Focus Sash as well. So yeah, we go Hera here. He always wants to Focus Blast every time. And Pin Missile will hit through the Sash here, which is perfect. And she just misses anyways. Huge. So we will Pin Missile. Sash does not matter here. Okay, yeah, okay, there we go, yeah. Alright. Goodbye to Jinx. Shell Bell heals us up a little bit, which is very nice. Cannot complain about that one bit. Slowbro comes in. We are not guaranteed to kill, but even if we don't kill, Slowbro can never kill me even with crit. So I will Pin Missile. And obviously if we just high roll with a 3-hit or a crit, we're fine. Okay, well we only got the 2-hit, but he never kills us here even with a critical hit, which is great. This is non-stab flamethrower. This is super fine. God, I know it wasn't that a crit, but did a lot. So there we go. Pin Missile will take this out. And now he goes into his Xatu. Okay. I cannot kill this in one hit. Yes, Slowbro is great here. Nice quick claw. He goes for the Heat Wave. I guess he saw kill with both, so that makes sense. Don't burn. Nice. So we will Surf. Don't flinch. I didn't think about that. Okay, because of that, I am actually going to Slack Off. Oh, Quick Claw Slack Off. That's so huge. That's so huge. Slowbro, you're insane. You're insane. He's going to Air Slash. That's fine. I'm actually going to go for a Yawn just to play around the... Please don't flinch here, man. Nice. Okay, we actually need to switch out now. Do I just want to go Espeon for the Shadow Ball? He's going to go to sleep next turn. I like this play. Go to bed. Air Slash is fine. Perfect. Goes right to sleep. Cannot wake up. And for some reason, I don't have Shadow Ball. Did I teach it to you? I did. Okay. That's a slight blunder by my part. Thankfully, we put the sleep. Please stay asleep. Oh, wait. I think it's guaranteed sleep this turn. Okay. Can we Oko? I doubt it, right? Oh, early bird. Oh, I got outplayed, but he just went for a future sight. Doesn't matter. Oh, the early bird tech. That was insane. Okay. See you later, Xatu. That is the first Elite Four member down. 0 deaths. Oh, no. Did he just heal my team? He just healed my team. Oh, my gosh. No, 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 no. He just healed me. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Okay, this is really bad. Oh, no. Okay, we're starting the fight. This one is not hard. I didn't have any guts plans for this fight. Oh no, I didn't know I got healed. This is gonna make things so hard. And this thing has a focus sash, man. Doesn't it? Yep, focus sash on the Ariados. And it wants to Mega Horn here. Yeah, it's Togekiss here for sure. Mega Horn is fine. This is not gonna do much at all. Wait, Loki, let me Encore that. Encore might actually be my way out of this. Boom. Okay, we Air Slash. I wonder if it's worth maybe setting up a Calm Mind. I don't know. This. Oh. No, it's not. It's not worth Calm Minding. All right, Ariados down. That's really good. But I'm so stressed out right now. Okay. What does this thing see into my Togekiss? Yeah, I can just go pair on the Gunshot. Okay, I'm sorry that this is gonna be a little bit slower, but I really did not know that it was gonna heal my stuff. This thing has Rest, actually. Let's go T-Bolt. And it has Drain Punch. God, we are doing no damage. How much does that do? Okay, that definitely hurts. I can go kill with Espeon, right? me see. You have a 152 special attack. You have a Twisted Spoon as well. Yeah, I think you always kill. This is like, as long as it doesn't go above 92%, we have a guaranteed kill. Which I want to say that might be like right at 92. We do have the Twisted Spoon, right? Yeah. I think we send it. There's a really good chance this kills. Nice, okay. Good stuff, Espeon. Really, really, really good stuff. Fortress. Does this thing have Explosion? Oh, I forgot to put... Oh no, it's Custap Berry. And Explosion. Okay, wait, this is really bad. Especially because my Magnezone is not healthy. It has to be Magnezone though, right? How does Slowbro do? You are 138 defense. What's your HP? Is 184. I'm never dead to Boom. I think I go Slowbro first because I can slack off. And I'm definitely faster. Boom. Nice, okay. We're never dead to this, even if it crits. If I knew it was this guaranteed, though, I probably would have gone Magnezone. Slowbro lives. Very, very nice. Venomoth comes in. My Venomoth answer is Espeon. This thing wants to Bug Buzz. I cannot get Espeon in safely right now. How does Magnezone do? Probably pretty good, right? Oh yeah, Magnezone is great here. You shouldn't do too much. Don't drop. Please don't drop. Please, please, please do not drop. What? Is this Tinted Lens? It doesn't say it's Tinted Lens, but that is gotta be Tinted Lens. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Can Togekiss ever kill? It's 100% Togekiss here. We resist. Let's see how much it does. This is supposed to do like 9%. Okay, that is 1,000,000% Tinted Lens. Okay. My attack is 142. Air Slash is a range. Oh no. I am faster though. It's a range, plus I could flinch. Air Slash is 63% to kill. And we can flinch. Please, 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 please. Yes, okay. Thank you, Togekiss. You're so good. You're so good. Okay. Last is Crobat. Now, Crobat has Flying Gym Acrobatics, which no one on my team really eats. It's probably Slowbro here. That's gonna hurt. We're dead to crit, I think. Live it. Live it. Live it. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Okay, but now that that's gone, I think we can go into Lemon. I might be faster. I'm 151. He's 147. I'm actually faster. And we have guaranteed kill. Huge. This shouldn't kill even with the crit. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was at a crit. Psychic always kills. What? What? How is it faster? It's level 49. Max speed is 147. Is it plus speed nature? It must be plus speed nature. Oh no. No. Does this kill me in one hit? Okay. Please do a lot. I really need you to do a lot here. Oh, I'm so cooked. I have to sack. Why were you slower? 151. This thing is supposed to be 147. I don't get it. It's really, really bad. I think I lose. I think he sweeps me from here. I have to sack this. There's no other play. Espeon's my fastest Pokemon. I guaranteed lose. There's nothing faster than 151. Got 121. 126. Yeah, I think it's guaranteed over. Oh no. That's it. It's a guaranteed wipe. Why was I slower? I should never be slower there. His max speed is 147. Nothing in this game has had a plus speed nature before. But I guess this one does. But it doesn't tell me that. Oh! I didn't see this out. I did not see this as an out. Okay. I mean, it's kind of guaranteed over though. It's kind of guaranteed over. Technically everything is dead except freaking Slowbro and Heracross, man. I will try. I'll run it into the ground with these two, but there's just no shot. The burns being healed on all my Pokemon, which is not in the normal games. I wish it didn't do that. It's just so tough. I'm pretty sure just Brick Break kills. I don't need to CC. Yep. I mean, no, don't get your hopes up, man. All right, let's look at Steelix. There's no way I'm killing this one hit. Steelix versus Hit, or no, Heracross. And we have close combat. Does this thing have sturdy? Almost certainly, right? Almost certainly. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we are going to go into you. Maybe we can do some slack off shenanigans here. Oh. Or we can just boom. That works. How much are you gonna take? Half. Normal gem boom, by the way. Nice level up. Alright, next is Machamp. Does this thing have any crazy coverage moves? We're looking at Slow Burrow at level... Wow, okay. This is actually kind of good. We're going to slack off. We're never dead here. Okay. Oh, I don't want to slack off first. I want to slow slack off. No, this is not good. Miss? Oh no, that's no guard. Okay, it's fine. Don't quick claw, thank you. We want to heal to full and then attack. Actually, a quick claw proc right now would be kind of crazy. Let's go psychic. He still on edges, it's fine. Don't crit, and it crits, okay. A little bit unfortunate, but what you gonna do? Psychic. Wow, that did nothing. Oh my gosh, stop quick healing. Okay, I'm gonna hit it one more time. Because then it'll be in range of one more. Actually, let's surf. Oh my, okay. We are getting all the quick claw procs. Perfect. I don't know if they can heal, but if they can, he's not in range. EQ, perfect. We're gonna slow heal. Oh my gosh, another crit. Okay, we're gonna stack off again. Don't quick claw me right here, please. No quick claw. Okay, that's fine. I misclicked psychic, but that's fine. Totally fine. Machamp goes down. Hitmon top comes in. What does top have? Kinda has nothing for this. Don't flinch me, man. Don't flinch me. Okay, nice. If this doesn't kill, I'm gonna heal. Nice. Stack off. Don't flinch. Don't do it. 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 Okay. Quick claw me here. Or don't flinch. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Okay. What is it? Is this Serene Grace on top? Okay, there we go. Nice quick claw. Very nice. And then we'll do one more. Don't quick claw this turn. Don't. Oh. Never mind, we're not healing. Don't flinch me, don't flinch me, don't flinch me, don't flinch me. Okay, thank you. Now all we have left is Hitmonchan. Honestly, I can't believe that we did not wipe yet. This is kind of insane. It's going to fake out, which is fine. And then we will go Psychic. Somehow we don't freeze. Don't freeze. Wow. We actually... Okay. Speaking too soon. Don't freeze. Don't freeze, please. Okay. And okay, we're through Bruno. All I have left is Karen. And Karen's weak to dark type moves. Hold on. Hold on. Actually, we just wiped the Honchkrow, I think. And Gengar. Yeah, we're cooked on this next one. Is there any item I want to give to these guys that like might save me? Do we have Koba Berry? I mean, I'm still dying to like one flying move. I don't have a Ghost Resist Berry. I don't have a bug type buff or anything like that. Are any of your items useful? No. Good luck! Good luck, guys. Wait, what did... Have they all led their first Pokemon? No, last time Bruno led Hitmonlee, and Hitmonlee is not his first Pokemon. Don't lead Honchkrow! Oh my gosh, bro, I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. Alright, Karen, let's go. No Honch... Okay. Well, great start. Just great. Okay, let's look at Honchkrow. Can I kill with a close combat? Is there any world? Probably no, right? Where? Did I not count Karen? Hello? Hello? Where are my Karen calcs? Oh my gosh. I must have closed the tabs. Well, regardless, I can't switch. My play is close. My play is close combat. If it doesn't kill, we lose. It kills. Okay. Okay. All he has to do is go into freaking Gengar. Yep. Oh, we're so dead to Gengar. We are so dead to Gengar. Oh, we are so dead to Gengar here. Okay. Let's see. What does this Gengar know? Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, T-Bolt. I can only hit this, oh man. I have to go into slow, bro. There's no other play. But even still, actually, quick claw psychic. T-Bolt. Oh, that sucks. How much is that gonna do? Oh! You have to quick claw. You have to quick claw. You have to. Ah, we lost. Ah. GG. We actually made it all the way to the 4th Elite Four member. And if I'm being 100% honest, I do think it's doable. It's 100% winnable. But you cannot do it blind like me. Like, you need prior knowledge going into this. It doesn't feel like it's doable without like prior knowledge, and it's just as much as I wish I had the prior knowledge, I just don't. So it's just really unfortunate. I need like 5-hit mega heal. Okay. Oh, am I in range? Live it. Live it. All right, that's gonna be the E4. I'm not allowed to use any more of these attacks because I wiped, so we're just gonna wait till we lose here. But overall, what are my thoughts? I would have loved to have beaten this. I really, really would have. I spent 100 hours getting this far. I don't have another 100 hours in me, especially not to do all this again. It was really fun the first time I did it, like planning everything and calculating everything, and even like a lot of surprises that I didn't expect. It was kind of actually really cool, but there's just no way that I'm willing to invest another 100 hours just to get back to this point. You could argue that I could just run it back and clause it, but I really don't like clausing stuff, and even if I did, it wouldn't feel virtuous, and it wouldn't be the same to me. But hopefully this will motivate somebody out there to be the first person to complete the game in a Hardcore Nuzlocke format. It's definitely possible. I think I chose a really bad region as well, because there's 2 boss fights on this region. I think the other ones don't have it. Again, I know very little of Pokemmo. I only know what I've learned throughout playing this run. But regardless, it was a good time. It was really, really hard. And I 100% win if the Guts boost stays. It sucks that they cured my burns. I didn't know that, and there were no NPCs that told me that, which is really unfortunate. And I also win... actually, no, I needed all the gut stuff. I calced everything and brought everything, assuming I would have the guts, but unfortunately, there was no way of knowing that. Also, my Espeon being slower than the Crobat, I guess the Crobat just happened to have a plus speed nature. I don't know. The docs don't say that. Then none of the other Pokemon that I faced so far in Pokemmo have had a plus speed nature when it mattered. Usually I check the speed stat and I'm faster, even if I'm like 1 point faster. I'm supposed to be like 4 points faster there, which really sucks. I double checked the calcs. It's all right. So either the documentation is wrong or the documentation is wrong, or it had a speed boosting nature or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be my attempt at the hardest, or at the Pokemmo Hardcore Nuzlocke. Does it suck to lose? Yes, but it's possible. So hopefully this motivates somebody out there to be the very first person to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly, truly appreciate every single one of you. And maybe I'll see you guys again in another region.